Hi, this is Phase Red 84. My name is Tara, and I'm here to do the Beliveathon pros and cons that I participated in. Gavin's from How to Train Your Gavin Beliveathon, and I had a lot of fun, and I always liked middle grade. It's just and this made me this had me read more than I usually do, and this month I've read 25 books. This includes audiobooks and this Beliveathon. And this Beliveathon book I read 12 for all the prompts. I'm not gonna say which I'm going to tell you the order I read the books, and they start with the key to, and each prompt is all in order, so I read everything in the order of the prompts. So let me get into it. Oh yeah, and you also guys going to be getting a romance, Christmas romance, pros and cons as well, and then my regular that's not part of the anything, because I've read 25 books, and I'm not gonna go, and I'm splitting up the videos, and this one is the Beliveathon pros and cons. So I'm gonna go into it after this rambling. Okay, so again, if you see me looking down, because I'm looking at my notes, I don't memorize them, and this is not a speech. Okay, so the first book I read, and that was the key, and The Mystery of the Black Hollow Lane by Julia Nobel. The pros are mystery, secret societies, and found family. That's my favorite trope of a lot of things, is the found family. The cons are stereotypical characters. It was predictable, and weak plot lines. Then this is my personal favorite. Is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mballa. Sorry if I butchered it. I even looked up and saw a video of someone saying the name, and I repeat it multiple times, and I'm still getting it wrong, and I apologize. I will have pictures of each book on the side, on this side or this side. I haven't decided. So, the pros, African mythology. This is the first book I ever had that had this. I never read anything about it, and now I really want to research it and look into these mythologies, because it just made me really more interested in it. And the character Gumbaby, I laughed every time she had said something. She's sort of like in the beginning of the story, so her character is not really a spoiler, so she's actually in the beginning. I won't tell you what she is, but she's just top tier. Anyway, strong debut book. I didn't know this was a debut book until I started doing notes for the pros and cons of this video. The cons is too many characters introduced throughout the book. The magic system doesn't make sense. And the main character felt inconsistent. So maybe that's part of the whole debut novel. The third book I read was The Girl and the Ghost by Hanna. I'm not gonna I'll have the picture up somewhere. Why am I blurry? Okay. It's beautifully written. It's spooky and it's spooking and haunting, and at the same time, it has heartwarming and tender moments, and it's a good balance between that. And the ghost, and the main character names the ghost Pink. It's cute. It's funny. I thought it was amusing. An unforgettable ending. The ending still is with me today, right now, as I think about it and telling you the pros and cons. The cons is bullying, and that's a trigger. If some people felt it was destroyed to the plot. Some felt it was too dark for a middle grade. Have you read the Grimm fairy tales? The Library of Ever by Zeno Alexander. The prose is the magical library and adventures within the knowledge versus innocence and dark versus light. That was a huge theme throughout the book. The tone of the latter days of old time book. And the cons is trying too hard to be adventurous. It jumped around. Lack of writing flow. The next one I read is the first, which is the Endling Book 2 by Katherine, Applegate. Bink started to grow and become a leader. The character relationship grows stronger, and good build up for throughout the book. The cons: Book 2 cliffhanger. Bink's story seemed to be overshadowed, and the plot was too slow. The next one is the second book of the Greenglass House, which is called The Ghost of the Greenglass House by Kate Milford. The prose is the cozy middle grade mystery, more hot chocolate, and more ghosts. The cons is too many things in one tale. Thematically similar to the first book, and some felt that it was glorifying thievery. Then I've read Frostheart by Jamie Litter. Fantastic characters. The crew of the Frostheart is charismatic and epic adventure. The cons is pacing of the book, predictable plot, and some felt too long. Some felt like the 400 and some pages was too long. It would have been better if it was 300 or 200, 250 or around there. Like a lot of when I read the 2-star and the 3-star and the 1-star, that's what that was a common theme in all of them. The Lonely Heart of the Maybelle Lane by Kate O'Shaughnessy. Prose: bravery and strength comes within. Heartwarming and a really good road trip book. I could see this as a really good movie. Like I had pictures in my head as being a movie out as I was reading it. The cons are that some people felt was generic, predictable, and trying too hard to deliver a message. The next one is The Door by the Staircase by Katherine Marsh. The prose is imaginative use of classic Russian characters, enchanting retelling. The main character is a survivor. The cons is the different than other girls trope. Own voice review. I got this from my own voice review, and some words were missed or were incorrect. The use was incorrect, or the form was incorrect. And people felt the story was choppy. The Bookwandrers, which is the Pages and Co. book 1 by Anna James. Able to meet your favorite character in your world. Able to go into your favorite book world. They inside, you can go inside it. And it was really fun adventure. The cons is people felt it was way too predictable. Every single 3-star and below all had predictable. 2, info dumpy and dialogue heavy. That's another one that I saw in the lower reviews, was that it was too much dialogue. I didn't have a problem with it. The 12 is Ava Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. The prose, it was cute, wholesome, and depth. It had a lot of depth to it. It was kind of like the movie version. Okay, so the movie version of Kiki's Delivery Service, but not the book, because the book of Kiki's Delivery Service was kind of more cutesy and less depth. This had depth. Cons, comes across amateur. Needs more explanation of why the main character's magic is not strong. And the cliffhanger ending. So if you guys want to know what my true feelings were on some of the books I just mentioned, I have that linked in the description box. Also in the I can't talk. Also in the description box, I will have the list of the books that I just mentioned. I'll have Gavin's channel linked in the description box. I had a great time reading these books. It was just good to read something that I didn't have to overly think, and it was just really fun. And thank you, Gavin, for doing all this work and putting all this together, because this is totally amazing. And on the Discord and sprinting with everybody and doing and contribute and going to watch the live some of the live reading sprints. It was so much fun. I had a great time, and thank you so much to Gavin again for doing this. And the next video you'll see will be my Christmas romance pros and cons. And then after that will be my regular pros and cons and my current rereading. So see you next time.